Okay, good morning and welcome back to Chile. You'll be glad to know that despite the camera shutting off partway up that muddy hairpin road yesterday, that we all made it safely and without incident to Coyhaique, from where we're now just departing. 9:15 in the morning, 12.5 degrees, a little bit of rain in the air, and most of the group got off, as always, earlier than the leave time. So once again, we'll be playing catch up to some extent. But we got a nice long ride today. Well, say long, it's shorter than yesterday, only 160 miles. Some of which is on paved roads, like this one. But quite a sizable chunk of it is back on the Carretera Austral as we head down towards Puerto Guadal and onto our lodge at Mallin, Colorado. So that's the plan for today. Weather forecast is for a bit of rain this morning. You can see the skies are a bit overcast, and then more rain this afternoon. And we have a day off tomorrow to go visit the marble caves of the lake at Mallin, which will be nice. So the weather forecast for that is rain all day. So there you go. Although hopefully the rain will ease off in a few days' time. But we're in the bulk of the trip at the moment. And once again, up in the distance, snow-covered mountains. So even though the day is dull, it promises to be a good one. So there we go. More later. Another of those look how the landscape's changed moments. We're just coming with a rise there, and we're into this what could easily be a European landscape. Just green, rolling green fields, rolling green hills. The sun's trying to come out. There's blue skies ahead. Ever the optimist. It is down to 9 degrees, but you know, it's a beautiful day again for riding motorcycles through an ever-changing landscape. So when people think of Patagonia, I don't think they think of this type of landscape though. We'll get a little bit more open as time progresses. But there it is. Road going off into the horizon, and then you look to your right and you've got snow-covered mountains. Gotta love it. Okay, and here we are now following the course of a very green river. Glacial meltwater makes the water look very, very green. It's flowing quite fast, but the main reason for switching the camera on, apart from the fact that the scenery is well worth sharing, is because we are now starting to experience a little bit of what Patagonia is perhaps most famous for weather-wise, which is the wind. It's not too bad at the moment, but you can definitely feel the wind has really picked up. It's blowing the bike about a bit, which is going to make this afternoon's dirt road ever so entertaining. The next couple of days as we head into the Estancia, where we encounter the deepest gravel of the trip, they're going to be quite challenging, I think, for everybody. So for now, we've got good tarmac surface, so it's getting blown about a bit. It's a bit like a very windy day in the UK at the moment, sort of gusting and blowing about. as always, the scenery makes the journey worthwhile. Especially when you see the sort of peaks, snow-capped peaks peering round the corners. We're heading up to a place called Cerro Castillo at the moment, which is at the head of this valley. We then go up and over the top, back down to the plain the far side. More of that later. But you might appreciate the excuse me, the change in scenery again. We've left the river's off to my right somewhere, but as it heads up the valley a bit, we've got a really moody looking sky now. It's feeling of being hemmed in by the mountains. It's almost Glencoe-like in the feel, the atmosphere of the place. In case you're wondering, that's Kim, the Canadian up ahead. Not usually the rider at the back of the pack, but today he must be taking it steady. So I've caught him up, just dropped him behind. There's that wind again. That's possibly what's causing him to be a little bit more cautious, because that is a strong wind. You feel it battering you, pushing the bike. It's gusting as well, which is a bit of a pain, but cope with it. Coming into a series of bends now by the warning signs. We should get fantastic views down into the valley below. Tell by the size of the amount of water coming down the waterfalls, there has been some significant rain in this part of the world recently. But we're heading down into that valley where hopefully the sun's going to come out a little bit. We can stop for a coffee and get warmed up. So I should have put the camera on a little bit sooner because I'm halfway down now. Halfway down the curves at Cerro Castillo. These curves take us from the top of that rise where our camera was last on, down to the valley bottom, in a series of wide sweeping hairpins. The last enjoy the bit of tarmac of the day, because 5 or 10 miles up the road it turns to dirt for the remaining part of the day, remaining rest of the day. But for now, that was that. You can see we're heading down into the valley on the Carretera Austral into Cerro Castillo itself, where we will be able to find somewhere to stop for a cup of coffee, which is what I need this morning. Try and shake off into the slight head cold. I think we've got a little bit of coming up, but not to worry. One glacial water and glacial melt. Gauchos, these dogs. The sun's trying to come out, which will be most welcome, because even if it stays cold, if the sun's out and it's not raining, it's not too windy, then it's perfect. Okay, so we've left the coffee stop with a little black coffee. The wind has picked up something incredible, so you're probably wondering why I'm going so slowly. The answer is quite simple. The wind almost blew me off the road a second ago. It's really gusting, and it's catching us out, and that's why I'm tagged along again with Dickie, Steve and RBD. Tagged along with them as much to make sure they're safe as possible, but also just in case we do have any incidents. There's a few of us here. Just going to stop for photographs. I'm just going to pull over.